Welcome back to the Realistic Cattle Ranch Challenge on Sunshine Forest. I'm BP, and it's time to get to work. We are wrapping up a quick mow of some field grass and some baling. I think I'm going to I got 10 bales so far, not going to get another one out of this little strip up here, but 10 bales is a huge stockpile for us with our 5 cattle heading in towards winter, so that is very exciting. I am happy to have that done and behind us. So why don't we grab at least one bale on our way down and bring it back down to the bottom, and we can discuss the plan for today. So I was doing some thinking overnight about, what we need to do to make money on the farm, where we are, and I've come to the conclusion we are not set up to make enough money. So, looking at our options, we have our greenhouse, both of our greenhouses, and I think those are going to work great. I'm excited to get those running, but those are going to be slow in regards to getting us any money made. I think the step we need to take, and it's going to help the cattle ranch anyways, is to start getting silage. So we have the mower, we have the baler, we don't have a windrower, and we don't have a wrapper. But I did some looking, and the wrapper is for sale in the sale. So we can go grab that. Now, the problem is we don't have enough money. So I think in a classic case of you have to have money to make money, we're going to grab another $50,000 loan, or another loan for $50,000 and try to finance those purchases. But before we do that, I realized we had an important step in our cattle ranch process that we hadn't gotten to yet. And that step is we need to name our animals. So as much fun as their ear tags are and having an ID number and everything else, it's much more fun to have names on the animals. And particularly at this stage, I think why not? It's going to be a lot of fun to have them. It's only 5, won't be hard to get them named. So, if I remember correctly, we can head over here. Glad that second bale didn't get taken all the way in. And we have to head to the information tab. Now, our one Angus cow, or our one Angus calf is named Light. Not sure if that's a good name for a cow. It's spelled like the illumination, not like the weight. But I think we want to have heavy cows, particularly if they're Angus. So anyways, we can change the name. And what I was thinking was we come in here, and I'm fine with having the names be randomized. We can certainly mix them up and everything else. If you guys, as we get into the videos, if you guys have names, we can take suggestions and do that kind of stuff. But Loud Bossy, I like that name. But what we're going to do is we're going to add on to the name the month and the year we bought the animal. So August and in year 1. So I can keep generally in track of, or general track of, the names of these, or the ages of these animals. That one's going to be Bossy. This one here, let's change the name. Quiet Bossy. I don't think we need a Bossy theme. Lovely Zip. Tempo. Sure, we'll go with Tempo. That one's going to be A1. And we'll get that one done. I'm sorry, A1. There we go. And Light. You can remain as Light. That's a fine name. Just want to get A1 in there. Our Angus Bull. Now, our Angus Bull should have a good name. Wrangler. That's not a bad name. Haka. Moody Garrus. Butterscotch. Rogue. I like Rogue. We'll stick with Rogue. Rogue A1 almost sounds like a Star Wars robot, so it'll be all right. And then our Limousine. This is our oldest animal. Let's see. Change name. Misty. That looks like a great name. So now our animals should have names. So there they go. Loud Bossy, Tempo, Light, Rogue, and Misty are our cow names. So that is very, very cool. All right, so for today, I think we need to get progressed into October here pretty quickly, but I want to get a couple of silage bales set up so we can get those fermenting overnight. So we're going to run up to the store. I am going to have to visit the bank again and convince them to give me another $50,000, which I don't think will be a problem, but need to get those funds in, get the bale wrapper. We may also pick up a tedder, I'm sorry, not a tedder, a windrower, if there's something cheap up there to try to make these rows a little easier to clean up. That field that I just finished baling, and we got 10 180 centimeter round bales out of. The mowing went very quickly. The baler has just such a narrow, I think it's like a 2.1 meter working width. It's just so narrow. It's so many passes to get that stuff up, so it'd be good to get some kind of windrower just to be able to get the grass a little bit collected and have a couple fewer passes, because right now our mower is wider than our baler. So if it's 6 or 8 passes with the mower, it's 10 or 12 passes with the baler to get it all caught up and collected. So other than that, I think once we can make some silage, we'll be in good shape. We will have to look at, again, some way to handle the bales long term. I'd love to get into a little bit of forestry. It's not going to be the main focus on this one, but we did buy that lot, Farmland 12, so because it had some trees on it. We tried cutting that one tree up so I could pick it up by hand, which worked well, but it was worth $95, and I just can't see doing that, 10 times and not even having $1,000 to show for it. So I think we're going to need to figure out a way to handle those trees sooner rather than later. I don't know if it'll be today or in the next episode, but we're going to have to figure it out. So I'm going to run into the bank and grab another 50 grand on the loan, and I'll catch you guys when we get back. Well, as always, guys, that's the easy part, getting the money. Making the money is where the hard part comes in. But let's see what we got in the sale for today. I know I saw it right here, the K brand wrapper, $23,596, and it does 125 to 150 centimeter round bales and 180 to 220 square bales. So that is going to be a great fit. I mean, it's not exactly what I'd want, but in regards to just being on sale and being here, that's what we get and that's what we want. So any difference in, wow, Randy Green is 1,000. Okay, so it really doesn't matter. I do like my bales black, but green's not a bad color. Nature green. Don't want empty. Let's go with black for the first round. All that. Good enough. Oh, and that's free. Did I miss that? No, the white is $1,000. Black is free. The green is $1,000, and the nature green. That's very interesting. Well, I can tell you when money's tight, we're doing what's free. So we're doing black wrap on our bales. Now, is there a wind rower in here? I don't remember if we saw one or not. There might be something. I think long term we'll look at getting a mower that gives us a little bit of a better option in regards to making a swath. But for right now, we just need a way to get this cleaned up. So again, still lots of equipment that looks good, but just nothing we can afford, nothing we should afford. Okay, haven't seen a windrower yet. Maybe you guys saw it and I missed it. But I think we're in pretty good shape as far as looking at it. It's a round bale fork up there. We do need to get wheat in the ground today, so the plow has to come with us as well. So let's make that 4 meters. All right. And do we have, I mean, that's a tedder. It's a huge tedder. It's a nice piece of equipment, but just not what we need. Well, maybe there aren't any windrowers. Up here we go. Okay, so we have a windrower. That one is 4.7 meters. Is this the same one? Yeah, 4731. So this one's 4,700. This one's 51. So far, the one above is still the best deal. Just, okay, we're getting down to the bottom. Maybe a couple new things came in overnight. No, so it's just the one. Okay, perfect. So we want the K brand. We're becoming a K brand farm. All right. So we have a bunch of equipment over here. How are we going to get it back? That is the million-dollar question. I think we're going to get creative. Got our door open here, guys. What happened? Must have taken off too quick. We're going to get creative with getting this stuff in here. So let's see. Turn that off. Jump out. Get back in. Does the door close? Now I might have to figure out what the actual door indicator, door command is. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Turn it on. That didn't do anything. Huh. Don't know what to tell you guys. That's a weird one. Okay, so I think we're going to need the telehandler. And the goal is that a couple of these things in the bed of the truck, we can sort of dump them on the ground unceremoniously when we get back. We just need them to fit in the back for right now. So, I think we start with... This is either going to go incredibly hilariously or it's going to be an utter fail. Those are the two options for what we have. Excuse me, going on right now. Alright, let's see. Will you let me get between your tines there, maybe? Are we hitting? Is there like a collision there that we're hitting on? Let's see. That's not lifting up the way I want it to. Or is it? Oh, we almost had success there. Alright, this could be a hilarious failure. I was hoping we could get, like, in the middle here. And lift it. But I think there's an occlusion. Or a collision there at the bottom. So that could be troublesome. Let's see. Alright, next order of business, or next opportunity to try. See if we can get a windrower in the back. If not, we definitely should have brought our trailer. And we'll have to go back and get it for next time. Let's see. Be able to get that up in the air. Don't fall. Don't fall. Alright. Told you it wasn't going to be pretty. Currently, it is working. Don't fall off. Oh, we were so close. Oh, I think we may have had a level of success. Oh, we were so close, it fell out. Well, we'll have to see how all this goes. This may be lost in editing. We may just show up here with the trailer and have this stuff picked up because it's not going in the back of the truck like I'd hoped it would. Okay, maybe if we hold it there. Okay. Alright, one more try on our plow. Really need these to go underneath the plow instead of getting caught underneath, but it seems like there's just a collision I can't get very far behind. This might actually be the angle. Oh, guys, that looks promising. We're going to be full Beverly Hillbillies on this, guys. Maybe we should start a one-trip competition in the chat and in the comments down below. Send your pictures in of your best one-load everything fits, everything ships. Okay, so we have that. Now we need to extend. I keep changing my view here. Extend some more. Lay it on there. Now let's see. I think we're going to end up with... Alright, I'm hoping we didn't get the telehandler strapped in as well. Looks like we may have gotten away with this one, guys. Not sure if that plow is actually secure back there or not. Not sure they're going to let us use their telehandler if we keep doing silly things like this. But we'll give it a try. I may have to drive the whole way home with the door open. Alright, let's see. Oh, and after all that, does this have... Yeah, I'm not sure we'll even be able to grab this. We may have to bring the tractor up here. That would be hilarious. Oh, we got the door closed. That's good. Yeah, we are not getting that in there at all. Well, we tried. Alright, so let's hope that the plow is actually strapped down. Either have to drive the tractor up here or bring the trailer up, which may not be a bad idea either. So heading back to the farm, I'll save you guys this drive back again, and I will see you back at the farm in just a minute. We are back on the farm with our new equipment. I did a couple of quick things off camera, but I wanted you guys to be here for the unloading of the Scout so we can see how this goes. Let's see, there we are. Okay, so, yep, okay, so the plow was definitely on there. Let's see if we can do a quick, I'll go backwards, and then, oh, we got the plow coming off the wrong way. Maybe we need to go quick turn. And did we save it? Did we save it? Saved it. Alright, we got everything unloaded. So, I thought while I was away, getting a little work done, we're going to try to accomplish two things at once here. We got to make some silage for getting some cash on the farm, because we just don't have that much money. And we have to put wheat in today or next month, depending on the timing, how we want to do it. So I figured we'd kill two birds with one stone. So I went ahead and real quick plowed up the area I was thinking about for our wheat field, which gave us two things. One, it helped us determine the boundaries of our property, because it can be hard to figure that out. So I think this corner here, I'm going to jump into the PDA here and show you guys real quick. But when you look at the PDA here, we own, it's really hard to see because of the farmland 12 thing, but we own like right up to the road here in this little triangle. So I figured if we mowed up all the grass, then we'd know where our property line was. So I went ahead and mowed it. And now I think we go ahead and windrow all of our grass with our new windrower and get the grass up and get those bales wrapped. And then we turn around and plow the area that we mowed, because we know that's our property. And that should give us our wheat field. Because actually right up here at the corner, where we're coming up to, I hit the edge of the property. The mower actually stopped mowing right here at this corner in front of us. So we are right up to the edge here, which is good. We want to maximize the size of the field we can have. And really, we're doing wheat for no other reason. We'll probably just end up selling the wheat. I guess we could get chickens, try to make some money on some eggs. But we're doing the wheat for the straw. We really just need the straw on the farm. So That's the whole point of putting the oat in, I'm sorry, the wheat in and getting it in year one. So I'm going to go ahead and finish windrowing all of this up. And I'll bring you guys back in after I've baled it, and we'll wrap everything up real quick, and then we will progress on to October, where we'll hopefully have some pregnant cows in October and get the wheat field plowed and put in there. So I'll be back here in just a minute once we have all of this windrowed up. So see you guys in a sec. That new K-brand windrower worked like a charm, guys. Got that whole field windrowed up. We're going to throw the baler in here. I have to remember before we get into the field to change the... First off, we should reset the bale counter, which should be one thing. We also need to change the size of the bales. So let's see, we are on L, we're 180, we can go up to 150. Okay, so that's done. So the bale counter resets, so we know how many bales we get, and we have the right size bales coming out for our wrapper, which is a critically important piece of the puzzle here. This first one may still be 180 centimeter bale. I'm not sure. It looks like 180. We'll have to wait and see. It might be short one bale compared to what we have on the counter if that one's too big to wrap. Man, having these, oh yes, that first one was 7,500. These are 55. So these are definitely smaller. So I'm going to go ahead and get all this baled up. I'll bring you guys back in for the wrapping, and we should be in good shape to progress on to October then. See you guys in a minute. Not too shabby. Excluding the 180 centimeter bale we had to start with, we got 20 bales off that field to make silage out of, so I am excited about that. We should have a good bit of money coming in when that silage is ready. So let's go ahead and park up our baler. Hook it in back over here. Oh, it's not a good job backing it up. Let's try that again, folks. There we go. Now we're getting it where it needs to be. Perfect. Okay. Now we're gonna wrap our bales, and then we'll head into October and see what our animals look like. So, grab our K-brand baler. Let's go ahead and get that unfolded. I will say, doing all this manual yard work, the baling and everything else, I do enjoy. It gives me an opportunity to practice, or not practice, to use my Farmstick, which I love. It's just a great addition to the gameplay. If you guys haven't read my bio down in the description below, I play with a wheel, pedals, the sim dashboard, and the Farmstick, in addition to the keyboard and mouse. So it's nice just to have an opportunity to use that. In our last series, Missouri River Bottom, you know, we were doing a lot of big farming, a lot of it on auto drive, a lot of it on course play. We weren't doing any bale work. We were getting all the loose stuff off the field with forage wagons, and I still use the Farmstick for some of that stuff. But, you know, having the telehandler up at the shop, having, you know, different equipment here that we're using manually just makes it so much more enjoyable using the Farmstick and being able to do that kind of stuff. So it's been a pleasure to get going. So I think what's going to happen here is we'll wrap these bales up. Like I said, I just want to get them fermenting before we progress into October. We'll grab this bale. I just want to double check that we can plant our wheat in October. I already looked at it once, but just want to make sure I'm not making any silly mistakes, not paying attention. Because once we get these wrapped, we'll go to October, and then I'll probably get this field cleared of the bales and plowed before I bring you guys back in. So let's see, wheat. Yeah, we're in September. You can plant again in October. So we are in good shape there. And I'll have this field ready to plant with the wheat, and then we'll get that going over winter, and we'll be in good shape. I do think, I don't think there's any advantage to picking up new livestock anymore, cattle. This episode, we don't have a breeding age bull, so I just don't see a point in having more animals that we can't breed with yet. Now, as soon as that bull's of age, which should be tomorrow in-game or in October, then, you know, I think we start trying to get a lot of high-quality animals, and even if they're younger, let them grow in a little bit, but preferably get some that we can get bred so they are giving birth in the spring, and we can have more cows ready to go there. And after that, you know, tomorrow in October with the planting and everything else, then I think we really are just sort of rocking and rolling to winter to get to the rocking and rolling through winter to get to spring, so we can have our calves and keep moving. We'll obviously maintain our greenhouse. We'll keep our animals fed. We'll make some sales. We may pick up another piece of equipment. We really do need something to handle the bales and the pallets. We just have to get a piece of equipment. I'd like to get a telehandler. There is a Zeter in the sale that could work. We could probably, I don't know if we can even afford it right now. We can jump in and check. Let's see. While that bale's doing its thing. You know, it's all the way down at the bottom here. We have this Zeter. It's 55, so we couldn't even afford it. It just seems silly to me I mean, obviously we would go with twin wheels. That's not going to help us. But it just seems silly to me to have two tractors. This one just has the front loader attacher, so we could get that. And it has the Hauer, and we know we have Hauer front loader arms in the sale as well. It just seems silly to have two tractors this early on in the gameplay. I guess, you know, technically a tractor and a telehandler is not that much different. It just feels like having a second tractor just isn't necessary. Keep hoping that either a really cheap telehandler will come up on the sale. I may do some searching on the Mod Hub and a couple of modder sites that I have saved, and just see if anyone has, you know, maybe sort of like a vintage telehandler more in line with our Fiat to get us started, because I just can't see spending 100K or 90K or even 65K for a telehandler at this stage in the game. I think it's just, we don't have the money for it. It wouldn't be a good investment. We just need something that's going to be able to allow us to pick up the bales and go from there. So we'll keep an eye out. I did check. We can jump into the store here. You know, I did look at all the telehandlers we have in game, and I mean, if I had my choice, I'd have the Merlot, because it has a PTO on the back and we can do other things with it. But at the end of the day, I mean, none of these are bad options. They're just too expensive for us. We could go with, you know, more of like a Bobcat, you know, type option, and that would be fine. They just don't do all that well in the field. I do think that I picked up a skid steer. Yeah, this 863 Turbo came out on the Mod Hub today for 25K. And the reason I picked it up was it has crawler tracks. I have to figure out which set of tires. Yeah, it has the forestry sort of tank tread over the tires routine. So we could theoretically get that here. You can see it better in the blue and use that in the field. I mean, at 12 miles an hour, it's just not very fast, and we'd be limited to one bale at a time. I just don't think it's going to carry two. And I think putting that $25,000 into a Bobcat like that is, we're just not going to get a lot of functionality out of it. We certainly could use it in small areas, but I really want something that has, you know, better telescoping arms, better use for all of our functions and everything else. So we'll just have to see what happens. We've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3 bales left to wrap. That wrapping did not take long at all, which is perfect. I have to say, it's been a while since I wrapped bales at a standard speed. Between the speed wrappers and like the fast bale mod, where you can, you know, bale and mod at full speed. It's been a while since we've done it this manually, but it's fun. It's been enjoyable. A real nice sense of accomplishment at the end of the task that it was done and done right. So, all right, one last bale. We'll grab and head over to the edge of the field, and then we're going to progress into October, and we will check on our cows. Just making sure we got all of these bales. These are all wrapped. Yep, everything except for this one, which at this point I think we may grab this one. Let's get those bale spikes in there. Can we get it up? Let's see. That might work. Alright, get the bale wrapper closed up. Sneak in here behind the greenhouses. Let's drop the bale wrapper there. And we can put this one with the rest of the stack over here. So we've got 11 bales now for the winter of grass, which would be great. So, okay, get that guy turned off. All right. Let's head to October, guys. Let's progress. All right, all loan payments, didn't lose any cows. Great news. So, checking in on the animals. Let's see. Our Angus bull is 11 months, so it can't even start breeding yet. Loud Bossy. I'm going to laugh every time I say that name, guys. I'm sorry. Loud Bossy is fully grown and is 12 months, able to reproduce when we have a bull appropriately. Tempo is at 5 months. Light is at 12 months, and Rogue's our bull at 11 months, and then Misty is at 14 months. So next month, Rogue will be ready for creating some calves for us for the spring. So we're going to call that an episode here, guys. We had a lot. We'll jump into flight mode and just head up real quick and check out our farm so far. So there's the field that we mowed up before the episode, and those are our grass bales for feeding our cows over winter. We have our windrower, our baler, our mower, our seeder. There's our Fiat, our truck, our bale wrapper, our very tippy trailer, our water tanker. And then over here in the corner of our lot, we have what we're calling the new field, where we're going to plow that up and put in wheat today. So before I see you guys next time, I'll probably get all of those bales, all those silage bales out of the field, probably stack them somewhere on the edge of the field, and then get that field plowed, and we'll come back to getting it planted. But thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to drop a like and turn on notifications for more videos, and we'll see you in the next one.